Students, hello students. So today we will start the SQL command practical revision. So with the very first command of the MySQL, today we will start the practical revision. And so first of all, MySQL prompt we have to open, and it is demanding for the password to us. Then after that, the very first command is used to create database. So we have to create the database. So for create database, the command is create database, and you have to give the name of the database, students. So here I am writing my database name is office. Then after that, query OK, one row factor, it means the software database with office name is created successfully. And now after creating the database, we have to open that database. So which command we have to use? Use command. So by using the use and the database name, so the database name is the office. So by using this command, you can open your existing any database. So here I am opening the my new created database office. So by use office command, I can open the office database. Now after that, what we have to do? We have to create a table inside the office database. Okay, so which command we have to use? We have to use the create table command. So create table, and you have to give here the table name, whatever name that you want to give your table. So here I am writing the employee table name here, and after this command create table and table name, you have to give the full definition of your table, means how many columns you want to put in your table, and each column is of which type. So let's start. So I am writing here the first column name, that's the EMPNO, means employee number, and I want to set the employee number is with integer data type, and the size of employee number field I am setting here 4, then comma, then after that you have to give the second column definition here. So I am writing the second column name here, EMP name means employee name, and the data type of that is a char, means character type information employee number column can store in itself. And I am fixing the size of EMP name field is 10 here, then comma, then after that we have to start the third column definition. So DAPT name, department name, I am using the department name column name with the char data type, and the size of the DAPT name column I am setting here at maximum 10. And after that, next column I am taking here salary, and salary column we have to set the data type int, and the size of the salary field is 5. I'm setting here 5. And the last column that I want to set here, that's a city, and city is of char type, and here I have to set the so here I have to close two brackets for that, because the one bracket is the main bracket that we have started for the EMPNO. So query OK, 0 row factor, it means our table with employee name is created, and here we can enter the records in itself. Okay, so for inserting the records we have to use the insert command. Insert into table name employee values. So here we will start giving the values to the table employee. So students, first of all you have to know the description of the column, that each column is of which data type. So first of all we have to start with the EMPNO, the very first column of the table, and EMPNO is of integer type. So we have to start the EMPNO, and I am writing here 101. Employee number I am starting from the 101, then comma, Then after that emp name means employee name. So employee name is of char data type. So students, you have to give the employee name in the single quotes. Okay, so we will start here the entry. So the first I want the Ram, and then comma, then the third column is the department name. So it's also character data type, so we have to enclose a value in the single quote. So here I am giving the department name, sales department. Then after that the next column is of salary, it's of integer type, so we have to put the value without quotes. So here I am giving the salary, okay, 45,000. Then after that city column is also of char type, so we have to put the values in the single quote. So here I am writing the city name Delhi here. Then after that we have to close the bracket that we have started after the values or before the first value. Then after that we have to put the semicolon to terminate the SQL statement. So students, terminate the each and every SQL statement, every time we have to use the semicolon symbol, and to execute the command we have to use the enter key. So when you will press the enter key, then the message is query okay, one row affected. So students, if your query is not okay, then it will show you the error message. But now here my query is okay, so there is no error message, only the message is that query okay. So in the same manner students, we have to insert the 5 records. So, and you have to remember one thing also, that if you want to recall or re-execute your previous command, then you have to press the upside arrow key from the keyboard, then it will show you the previous command. Okay, and now after that you can make the changes. I want to repeat the insert command, but I want to change the value. So by using the upside arrow key, you can recall the previous command, and here now with the help of the cursor I can change the value of some columns. Just like I want to replace the Delhi with Jaipur. Okay, so here I'm writing Jaipur, and now if you want to change the salary, then you can make changes here. Here I write 42,000 in place of 45, and here I am changing the department. I am changing the department with research. Okay, so now after that I want to change the name of the employee also. So here I am writing the name of the employee Sham, and I have to change the employee number also. So here I am writing the 102 employee number. So after pressing the enter key, query okay, one row affected. It means now in this manner we have entered 2 records in the employee table. Okay, so in the same manner I have to enter the 5 records. Okay, so here I am not changing the city name, and I am changing the salary. Then here I am changing the department. Now I am setting the computer department. Now after that I want to change the employee number and employee name. So here after enter, now we have inserted 3 records in the employee table. In the same manner I have to enter 2 more. So here I am changing the city name Alwar. Then after that I want to change the salary here, and I want to change the department. So I am changing the department here, and here I want to change the name of the employee, and after that I want to change the employee number. Then in the same manner we have entered 4 records. Now I have to enter the last 1 records of my table. So I am not changing the city name, I am changing the salary, I am not changing the department, and now I want to change the employee name and employee number. So in the same manner students, I have entered 5 records in a table. So insert into table name values, and in bracket you have to write the values of the records. But you have to remember one thing, that if your column is of integer type, then you have to put the value without quotes, and if your data type is of char, then you have to put the value of that specific column in the single quotes. Now after inserting the 5 records in my table, I want to display the record and I want to check the output. So which command we have to use, student, to display the record? Select command. So select star from. If you want to display the all records of the table, then you have to use the select asterisk from table name employee. My table name is employee here. So after that you can check the output, that the 5 records that I have entered in the employee table, that is displayed here as an output. You can check the all 5 records are entered here. And in the same manner, students, if you want to show the, if you want to display the only some specific column, okay, only some specific column, not all the columns, so you can use the select command with the column name. So I want to display only the employee name with department name. Okay, so employee name comma dept name from which table? From employee. So here you can see that only the 2 column is displayed here from the employee table, because here I used only the 2 specific column name here that I want to display. And if you want to display the all column with all records, then what you have to do, you have to use the select asterisk from table name. Okay, now students, if you want to access the records with specific criteria, then what we have to do, you have to use the select command with where clause. So select star from employee, then with where keyword. Okay, with where keyword we can specify the specific condition here. So here I want to display the records of the Alwar city. Okay, so students, I want to display the records of the Alwar city or Jaipur city. So where city equals to Jaipur. City equals to Jaipur. So now after that I have to press the enter key. So here students, you can see that this command will show only the output or only of the employee that belongs to the Jaipur city. Now if you want to display the records, star from employee where salary is greater than 46,000, then here only one employee is present that salary is greater than 46,000. So the name of that employee is Mahesh and the employee number is 105. So here you can check in your table that 45,000, 42, 43, 44, and only the one employee has the salary greater than 46,000. So you can find out the result within seconds, so that the name of the employee or the record of the employee whose salary is greater than 46,000. In the same manner, if you want to display the records of the employees whose salary is less than 40,000, so empty set. So there is no employee whose salary is under 40,000 or less than 40,000. So here students, our table contains no data, so the output will be empty set. So the message will be empty set. So there is no record of such type of criteria, okay, that fulfill the criteria where salary is less than 40,000. Hello students, so let's continue with the SQL command revision. Today we will revise the DESC command. So students, all of you are aware that what's the use of the DESC command. So DESC command is used to describe the table structure. So here with DESC we have to write the table name, and the table name is employee. So here you can display the you can check the employee table description, that how many field is in this table and which field is of which data type and size. So if you want to check such type of information, then we have to use the DESC command. DESC stands for the description of table structure. Okay students, so after that we want to implement the updation in the already existed records in my employee table. So for that we have to use the update command students. Update, okay, update, then you have to write the table name. Update on which table you want to make the updation. So table name you have to mention update employee, and you have to use the set keyword, what you want to set in as a new value. So set, and which set you have to give the column on which you want to make the updation. So I want to make the updation in the salary, and I want that the all employee salaries increase with the 2000. So here we can use this command, update employee set salary equals to salary plus 2000. Whatever is the salary of any employee, it is increased by 2000. So we have to write such type of command, okay, and after when you press enter, then it is showing the message that query okay, 5 row affected. Okay, so now you can check that the updation is made or changes are made in your table or not. So for that we have to use the select star from employee. So now you can check that now the salary of all employees are increased with the 2000. Okay, whatever salaries of each employee, it is increased by 2000. Okay student, so here we can use the update command if we want to make changes in the already existed records. So here I am giving the another example of the update command student, that update to employee, and now I want to make the changes that I want to I want to change the department name. I want to change the department name. So update employee set whatever you want to make changes in which column, DAPT name. Okay, so I want to make changes in the DAPT name, and I want to set the department Mohan's department. Okay, I want to change the Mohan's department with HR department. Okay, so whatever department value you want to set a new value, so I want to set here HR in place of computer. Okay, so you have to give the condition with where clause, where you want to make the changes. So where you can give any column description. So here I am giving the EMPNO, where EMPNO equals to 103, or here you can give the name of the employee also, where EMP name equals to Mohan. So but students, you have to remember one thing, that if you are using the integer field, then you have to put the value in without quotes. Just like if I have selected EMPNO is of integer type, so I have to put the 103 without quotes. And in the same manner, if you are selecting the EMP name field, so it's of char type, so you have to write in this manner, EMP name equals to in quotes Mohan. Okay, so now after that you have to press enter key. Now query okay, 1 row affected. Now here you can check that computer is replaced with HR or not. So for that we have to, so you can check here. Now the department name of the Mohan is HR in place of computer. So in this manner we can make the changes in the already existing recorded student by using the update command. And you have to remember one thing, that update commands comes in the category of the update commands in the category of the DML, because we are making the changes in the records, in the data of the table, in the data of the database. Okay, and if you want want to make the changes in the structure of the table, then we have to use the alter table command. So alter table command comes in the category of the DDL, data definition language. So students, here I will tell you about the use of the alter table. Already you are doing everything, only we are revising here students. Alter table, table name is employee, alter table employee, and by using the alter table command we can add any new column in our already existing table. If you want to increase the number of column in your table, then you have to use the alter table command with add keyword. Okay, add, then you have to write the column name, that which column you want to create here. So I want to create here dept number, department number, and it's of which type, int type, and the size of is this, I want to set 4. Okay student, and now what I have to do, I have to close the bracket, then semicolon, then enter. Now query, okay, 5 row affected. It means now new column department number is added to our table employee. So you can check here. So you can check here dept number, last column is added dept number here, but it can't contain any value because only we have added the column, we have not inserted the value in it column. Okay, so now student, if you will create any new column by using the alter table command, so how we can insert the value in such column, because we can't use the insert command. Insert command is used to give the whole record. Okay, only I have to here only one column information. So student, if you want to make changes in the already existing record, then which command we have to use? Update command. Okay, so by update command, update employee, then set dept no equals to whatever you want to set. I want to set here 1001. Where you want to set 1001 department number? So where emp no equals to 101. Okay, then query, okay, 1 row affected. Now you can check that it is inserted there or not, or it is updated there or not. So enter. So you can check here students that whose employee number is 101, whose department number is updated with 1001. Okay, in the same manner student, by using the update command, you can enter the value of the department number column for each and every employee. Okay, now after that, all by using the alter table command, we can change the name of the already existing column. Okay, so students, for that we have to use the alter table, then table name employee. Then after that, what you have to do, after that we have to use the change keyword, because I want to change here. I don't want to add any new column. I want to change the existing column name with the new name. Okay, so change, and after change you have to write the old column name, which column name you want to replace. Okay, so here I want to replace the city column. Okay, I want to replace the city column. And the new value that you want to set here, I want to set here address. Okay, I want to set the name of city column is address here. Okay, and after that you have to give the definition of the column. Okay, so here you have to give the data type. So I want to set here char, and the size I want to set here 10. Now query, okay, 5 row affected. So you can check here that the column name is changed or not. So city is replaced with address or not. Okay, so here you can check. Now you can check that the city column is replaced with the address column. Okay, so students, in this manner, by using the alter table command, we can add any new column in already existing table, and we can change the name of any existing column. Okay, so now after that we will revise the distinct command. So students, what's the use of the distinct command? distinct command is used to remove the duplicacy from any column. Okay, so just like I want to we can check here that in address column 2 or 3 cities are repeating. Okay, so here 5 records are present, but the cities only Delhi, Jaipur and Alwar are repeating. Okay, so if you want to check that how many cities employees are belong to their office, okay, in your office, so for that we have to use the distinct command. Distinct, and on which column I want to apply? On the address column. Now the column name is changed now, students, so we have to use the address in place of city. Address from, on which table you want to apply the command now? Okay, so on employee table I want to apply. Then after that semicolon, enter. Okay, select we have to use a select keyword to display the records on the screen. So select distinct address. Okay, so here you can check that only 3 cities name are here. So distinct keyword is used to remove the duplicacy from any column. Okay, students, that's the use of the distinct command. And now after that we will revise the very last command, that the show command. Okay, so show command is used to display the all tables of any database. So students, at current we are working on the office database, and how many tables are present in the office database? So students, you know, only one table is present here. Okay, so you can check here how many table names comes here. Okay, so you can check here table in office. Tables in office means which tables are present in the office database. So only one table I have created till now, and the name of that table is the employee. So in the same manner, if you will create 2 or 3 or more than table, then if you want to display the table's name of your database, then you have to use the show command. Show tables. Okay, show tables command will display the tables of the already opened database. Students, whatever database is opened, it will show the tables of that existed that open database. Okay, now if I open here the school database. Okay, so now I want to check the tables of that database. Okay, so show tables. So you can check here how many tables are present in the school database. So here 1 2 3 4 5 tables are present in the school database. Okay, so already open database. This command will work on the already open database. If you want to check the tables of any other database, then firstly you have to open that database by using the use command. Then after that you can apply the show tables command.